Well, a very good morning from Phuket. It's a little after 7 a.m. and I've come down into Phuket Town to Bang Neaw Temple to film their street procession. Hopefully today we're going to see the spirit mediums with the piercing. Now, some of the processions have been toned down, but this is really one of the main processions that take place during the Vegetarian Festival, so I am hoping that we will see some more of those awesome piercings that Phuket Vegetarian Festival is really well known for. Right. Now we're just making our way towards the temple, and as you can see, the streets now are lined with people. There's tables outside, and what this symbolises is people offering the gods fruit and vegetables as a way of saying thanks to the gods, and hopefully the gods in return will bring the people good luck, health and prosperity for the future. Lots and lots of tables I can see about.
Morning.
Swaddy Cap. Swaddy Cap. Okay, we're just coming up to the temple now. It's just at this junction on the right hand side. Hopefully the procession won't have left the temple yet. Lots and lots of traffic about today, of course. Now, the procession was due to leave around 7 o'clock, but normally they never leave exactly right on time. They're normally a little bit late because obviously organising everything and people trying to get into position. I am going to try to move to several locations if I can during this morning's procession to give you a different view, not just one view from the temple. But of course it does hinge on me being able to move around. It doesn't look like the procession's left at the moment. Now the temple's just here, so I want to get right at the start if I can. Okay, we've got to try and dive across here. Okay. Whoa. Okay, traffic everywhere. A little bit chaotic. Shall we go inside, have a look, see what's going on? Now the procession's due to leave here and make its way first up to Saffron Hin. Once it gets to Saffron Hin, it will come back and make its way around Phuket Town through all the different streets. Obviously there's going to be a lot of people lining the streets, all the different tables set up where people will be offering fruit to the spirit mediums in a way of repenting for any sins. Now you can see some of the piercings here. Wow. Lots and lots of people here, as you can see. Hopefully today is going to be one of the better processions. As I said, this temple and Devotees are the two main temples that take part in the Vegetarian Festival. So this is going to be quite a big parade, and hopefully we're going to see lots and lots of the piercings that the festival's very famous for. Some absolute crazy, awesome scenes. People putting unbelievable objects through their facial parts, their cheeks, etc., the lips, their arms. In the past we've seen car springs, lampshades, all manner of items. Some of the spirit mediums are starting to come out with the piercings. As you can see, this is more extreme than the last one. Wow, that is incredible. Now the carts that you can see in front of me that you will see the people carrying during the procession, these represent the monks of the temple. Now these larger carts are called the Guang, and these represent the head monk of the temple. So this is the highest of the monks within this particular temple. Again, you can see more spirit mediums now starting to come out. There was talk that they were going to tone down some of the piercings, as I mentioned on my previous video, but hopefully that's not going to happen on this particular parade. I know the first parade that took place of the festival at Neaw Temple, it had been toned down a little bit from the Thai reports that I saw in the media. There wasn't the extreme piercings that we have seen in the past. My God. Oh wow, that's through his tongue. Okay, well, I'm now going to get into position and wait for the start. Hopefully it won't be too long. Nat's just over here carrying my camera bag. I think now the parade is about to start. Trying to make my way through the masses of people that are here today. I see lots of media here this morning. So I'm just now trying to find a position where I'm going to be able to get some really nice shots of the starting parade. Very chaotic around the temple, of course. Lots and lots of people trying to get the start, and here we go. Now, as I mentioned before, this procession will make its way up to Saffron Hin first to pay respects to the temple there, which is classed as the gateway for the spirits to come down to earth. And then after leaving Saffron Hin, the parade will make its way around the streets of Phuket Town. I find it difficult to believe that the spirit mediums are not in any pain during those piercings, because some of the piercings are very, very extreme. Wow. procession's well underway now. We're going to make our way to a different spot where the procession passes further into Phuket Town. At the moment it's running out to Saffron Hin, and then once it gets there it will turn around and start to make its way through the streets of Phuket Town. So we're going to try and find a spot, a really good one, where they have all the firecrackers and you can see some of the chaotic scenes that we've seen in the past. I have seen quite a lot of the spirit mediums this morning with piercings, not as extreme as some of the piercings we've seen in the past, of course. It does look like it has been toned down this year because of the current situation around the world, which is a little bit of a shame. Okay, well, we've just had a refreshment break. Nat was feeling a little bit hungry. We're now making our way to hopefully a good spot along the procession route. There is some black cloud above my head, not looking very promising, but today I'm out with my waterproof camera, so I'm not overly worried. If it does start to rain, it's not going to cause me a major issue. I may have to take the camera off the gimbal depending on how heavy the rain is, of course, but I have got a handheld mono stick that I can put it on. So apologies in advance if the pictures are not completely stable later in the video. This is because I've had to remove it off the gimbal, because unfortunately the gimbal isn't waterproof and it's just starting to rain now. So now we're going to try and find somewhere along this route that's going to be a good spot. Hopefully we can find somewhere with lots of the firecrackers going off. We're making our way down to the clock tower. You can just see it in the distance down there. And hopefully this is going to be a good spot where you're going to see lots of firecrackers, fireworks going off. As you can see, the children letting the small firecrackers off already. Now this is where I came last year, the clock tower, to film the last night of the Vegetarian Festival, which is just absolutely crazy. I shall be out again this year filming the scenes. I don't know whether it's going to be as crazy as last year, but literally last year there was fireworks going off everywhere. Well, you can see on my previous videos, I will link them at the top of the screen. You can go and have a look at those scenes. Absolutely mental. But this is where one of the main areas by the clock tower to come. There is some phenomenal scenes to be seen here during the Vegetarian Festival. As you can see, a lot more people down this area. Now, if you do decide to come to the Vegetarian Festival at some point and you want to actually come to the parade, the key is to park the motorbike outside of the parade areas, because once the parade starts it becomes very difficult to move your motorbike around because of the volume of people. They don't close the streets off, but if you're going to move on the motorbike, of course, then you've got to find somewhere to repark it if you're moving. That's why we're walking, because it's a lot easier to walk around the route than it is to drive around the route on a motorbike, because there's people and cars and motorbikes parked everywhere and it's very, very difficult to get any parking unless you're early. But once the procession starts, then really you can forget it. It's better just to walk around. You're going to find it a lot quicker. Okay, I think we're going to be centered around this area. Not quite sure how long it's going to be. There is a lot of people, so I'm presuming it's not going to be too long. You can see now that the crowd is really building up in anticipation for the coming procession. Shouldn't be too long now. Hopefully in a very short time it will be coming down the street directly in front of us. Oh, okay. Normally Floyd takes part in the processions, but this year she hasn't done. Not quite sure why. She's decided not to take part. Okay, now the Guang are just starting to arrive. As you can see, the clouds of smoke coming down the street from all the firecrackers being let off. Now, I will imagine the crowd will suddenly surge backwards once they get here. because they're coming down both sides of the street. Here they come. Oh my God. Here we go. Just a barrage of firecrackers going now. This is what Phuket Festival is all about, the street parade. Absolute clouds of smoke. I don't know whether you can hear all the car alarms going off. And we still haven't had the very large Guang pass by the head one. I can just see it coming down the street now. When this gets here, they're going to let loose with an absolute barrage. Now it's customary to kneel down for this, to pay respects. Now this represents the head monk of the temple. What an absolute barrage of firecrackers. of Bang Neaw, second largest temple that takes part in the Vegetarian Festival. Certainly hasn't disappointed in their parade. Unbelievable. Well, we've seen the end of the procession pass by, and wow, Bang Neaw Temple has not disappointed. The second largest temple that takes part in the Vegetarian Festival every year, and what a fantastic parade it's been. I've noticed that the skin piercing has been toned down a little bit. There's still plenty of it on show, not quite as obscure objects being pushed through the skin as we've seen in past years. But even so, what a fantastic show today, especially with the Guang passing by, all the firecrackers. It's just unbelievable, the scenes here. As you've seen, the air is thick with smoke, and I'm really looking forward to the Devotees parade, which is due to take place in 2 days. Now, firecrackers going off everywhere at the moment now. As I was saying, Devotees parade due to take place in a few days, and of course Devotees is the main temple that takes part in the Vegetarian Festival here on the island of Phuket. So I'm expecting to see some even bigger scenes at that parade. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button to keep up to date with all the latest videos from the Phuket 2020 festival right here on the island in Phuket Town. As always, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button or the thumbs down button twice if you haven't enjoyed the video. So until next time, you take care, and I will catch you on the next one.